The following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy. Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy. It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world.
I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
Speed. See, that's something you scream instead of swearing. You just scream, "Mother jugs and speed. Mother jugs and speed." And that just, it's like screaming cheese and rice. Although, I don't even want to get into that. Why am I talking to myself? All right, here we go. In 3, 2, and how you doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome into another edition of The Wyldeside with Eric Clark. I'm your host, Eric Clark, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy day to give my little video a watch and a listen. If you like it, like it. If you think other people are going to dig it, give it a share. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel and following me on all the social media platforms. That way, if there's a band, song, question you have for me, you can hit me up with a DM or you can leave it in the comments below. If you are going to hit me with a DM, please, no spamming, unless it's actual spam, and then you're going to see a mailing address down below. And if you are going to leave it in the comment section, do me a favor, join the worldwide and growing I Concur Army, my Sherpas in this new music journey of mine, nay, my Concurpas. Man, that really sounded better in my head. I hope it sounded good when it came out, because that sounded awesome in my head, and I don't think it flowed properly. All you have to do to join the I Concur Army is give the comment section a cursory read through. If you see your suggestion has already been made, or you see a suggestion that you go, all you have to do is leave a like and reply with I concur. That'll help my old resin-coated burnout DJ brain put everything into a nice little organized list, get it into the HDN, also known as the handy dandy notebook. And don't forget about the live stream, Wyldeside Live, 2 times a week. Maybe more. It's up to you. It depends if it's something people want. I don't know. 2 times a week, Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesdays 11 a.m., Saturday 2 p.m. 2 hours of fun and frivolity. Another opportunity for you to get me your suggestions. Ask me your questions. I've been working in radio in and around the music industry for 30 years, so you're more than welcome to ask me anything. Before we get started in today's video, I do want to say thank you to Connect 200, Music to See, and Aunt Betty's Nut Butter, not so proud sponsors of The Wyldeside with Eric Clark. Today's video is coming from social media, someone on Facebook. I do this to myself. If you know me, if you've spent enough time around me, I don't like to be hassled. But I do. It's this weird conflict that I have in my brain. So I posted on Facebook, hey man, I have a couple of openings. If anybody would like me to do a video, post a link. Right? So the floodgates open, and this is one of those suggestions. Now, I have done Arion Lucassen projects in the past. Always impressed with this guy. Today's video, we're going to the Universe show live. It is Arion, the Eye of Ra. Let's check it out. Again, let me know everything down below with what I need to know. I'm sorry that just sounded really Dr. Seussian. Sorry, before he gets started, see this piece of equipment right here? This is a Hammond B3. This is the sound of progressive, prog, Uriah Heep, Traffic, Arion. The quintessential sound of this piece of equipment is a very thick, rich vein that has been running through rock and roll since Booker T in Memphis and Stax. That's where it all comes from. But this is a very unique and specific sound, and I love the sound of a Hammond B3 organ. It's diametrically opposed, man. It's like got this real cool brightness, but it also has this dirge-like effect to it. So I'm glad it's a featured instrument. So I'm super excited already. So I apologize. Let's go and start this again. I just wanted to point that out. I hope it's a B3. Maybe a different model. Okay. I like that coat. That's used, right? The keyboard player? Again, let me know.
I have finally found the key.
Nice.
To chart the course to the other side of the galaxy. I need to find the seventh sign carved into the cover stone of an ancient time.
Ed Warby, nice.
And Ra will live forever. He draws his powers from afar, built a gateway to the stars.
Oh. Gnarly. Oh my God. Doc Brown, okay.
With the 7 points alive, they will lead us all back home. We have found the 7 signs down in the catacombs. With the 7 points alive.
Wow. Okay, so really the only word that you can really use, the only word you can really use here is spectacular, because spectacle, right? This is a sensory overload of spectacular. Tone, lyrics, storytelling, presentation, everything about this is brilliantly spectacular. So I'll try to get through it as quickly as possible. This is like We Are the World of European metal. Right? That was stacked, man. That was absolutely stacked. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe someone told me in the Facebook post that this closed out this show. So that's why everybody came out and did their thing. But I recognized a lot of people up there. And the people that performed the song in proper, the song itself, I said before about that Hammond B3. And what makes that instrument important is that what it does in individual songs, the tone of a Hammond, the tone of that organ, what it adds to the prog sound, it creates the very foundation of progressive metal, progressive blues. Whatever progressive sound you're going for, you're going to use that, because the sound of the Hammond is so indelible in the overall history of rock and roll, because a lot of the greats that came from Europe, that came from England, grew up listening to American soul music. And the house band at Stax in Memphis, where it is the heart of soul, is Booker T and the MGs. And Booker T basically Booker T and the MGs basically started rhythmic pop, soul. So these artists along the years and decades, Steve Winwood, whomever it was picking up a keyboard, probably grew up listening to that tone. So it carries through the history it started, and now it is part of the lifeblood of progressive. Whether it's progressive metal, progressive alternative, progressive blues, you're going to find a Hammond in there. And it creates this really cool fluctuating tone where it starts real soft, and then the lead singer over top of it, crystal clear, just nice, wide and thick. That note was nasty. That note that dude hit was absolutely, it makes you ugly. It's so beautiful, it makes everything around it go, oh, damn, dude. So again, this is absolutely stacked. And I think the guy again, I could be wrong. You Are My Concurpas. I'm going to keep saying that till it sounds right. I think a guy named Mike Mills. I could be wrong. But I like his voice. He's got a really good, it's a medieval voice. The blonde guy with the curly hair. He's got what I think of as a really good medieval tone, right? He brings this earth and water, basic bass. And I mean bass. I don't mean basic as in simple. I mean bass, as in coming from the base of who you are. And it's just a great tone, a great grit. But the Jensen sisters in their chorus, there was something in it that I couldn't shake. It was definitely a hair in a biscuit. It really is in my ear. Where is it? Yeah, listen. Dude, that's battle axe, man. That is chainmail. That voice. I think it's right here. This is gonna drive me nuts, man. That is. I can't get it, but there's something that goes very deep into my Rolodex, my card catalog of sound. I can't, it's going to drive me insane. It really is. And listen to what Ed's doing on the drums here with his fills. He's just brilliant in these subtleties. So while the Jensen sisters are really dominating this chorus right here, what you're hearing on the drums are these really cool light taps and fills, and they're very subtle, and he just dominates through the whole song. It's just really brilliant how he plays that drum. But anyway, this chorus is... It's right there, man. It is right in the front of my brain. But see, this is what Arion Lucassen is so good about doing. This is what makes this guy so brilliant and his creations so perfectly balanced, is that he's rooting all of it in this very thick, rich, perfectly measured, traditional tone that you're wanting, right? Like you're expecting a certain tone, a certain pace. And that is the history of that tone. And that's that chorus. The chorus is there. And I can't get it, man. I can't get it. But it's right in the front of my brain. And Arion is so good about tapping into those traditional tones. He'll even go get Steve Vai to get it. But he's so good at tapping into those traditional tones that you spend the song just really blown away by, I know it, but I'm enjoying the new journey with him. So he's not taking me anywhere unfamiliar, but what he's creating is familiar enough that it's digestible to the legacy and the history in my Rolodex. So again, man, Arion Lucassen is this guy that's just, he's right there with Tuomas Holopainen. These two guys are just so brilliant in how they're able to create the perfect sounds with guitar and bass and drum and keys, and everybody is weaving their individuality through their tone. And he's able to take all of it and put it in this nice color spectrum where everything is layered and measured perfectly. So you get the drum, the bass, excuse me, and you get the keys creating this very foundational earth tone. And then the vocals and the guitars come in, and then they create these really cool summer colors and airy colors. And meanwhile, the keys, they're still fluctuating between that really rich foundational tone, and then they'll sprinkle in that light classical, you know, the pretty colors, the birds flying, the fluffy clouds. It's just these wonderful tones and colors that he creates. So very well done. But again, dude, that's like having all those people on stage. That's like the We Are the World, the Band-Aid of prog metal right there. So that was actually well done. So again, fill me in down below with everything I need to know, because again, you are my concurpas. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to force it upon you like woke and fashizzle. I'm going to force it upon you. So thank you very much for hanging out. Thank you very much for the suggestion. That was Arion, the Eye of Ra, live, suggested by Facebook follower. Again, make sure you're following me on all the social media and you're linked up with the YouTube channel. Thank you to Connect 200, Music to See, and of course, Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark, and this has been The Wyldeside.